So here we are today, right now, as you can see.
Alrighty, I get your license insurance, sir?
I got insurance, but I do not drive with license because I am traveling and not driving.
Say that one more time.
I am traveling. I am an American citizen. I do not have to have a license to travel. Driving is getting paid to drive. It's my constitutional right to travel. I don't have to have a license to drive, to move my vehicle and my personal property.
Is that your license right there?
That's my identification. You can have that, sir. It's not.
Okay, you got to have a license to drive.
No, I'm not driving. I'm traveling, sir.
But you're in this vehicle.
Yes,
that's driving.
This is traveling. My constitutional right protects my constitutional. I am protected by the Constitution. I have the right to travel. I don't have a license. I don't have a license. I had a license. My license has been. I gave my license back to get my right to travel back. I don't have to have a license.
You do.
Not to drive. I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Okay, so this guy obviously doesn't watch YouTube, because if he did, he would see the countless amount of videos with people trying the same I'm driving, I'm not driving, I'm traveling nonsense, and he would already know that that doesn't work. So I can only believe that this man does not watch YouTube. Sir, you are driving and traveling at the same time. Your gear shift doesn't say T for travel. It says D for drive.
I don't have to have a license.
You do.
Not to drive. I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
You're driving.
No, I am traveling.
Okay, you're being recorded as well.
Yes, and
yeah, that's
I'm also letting you know.
It's also a privilege.
I'm not trying to be a jerk. No, our constitutional right.
You're right.
Allows us to travel with our personal property on the roads that have been paid for us by our government.
You're right.
We have the right. I'm right all the way. A driver, by definition in the Constitution, is someone that gets paid to drive. A person that is I'm not driving. I am traveling.
You're driving.
Let it be known right now that I am traveling. I am not driving. I am moving my personal property from point A to point B,
which is driving.
It's not driving.
So when what do you do when you steer that steering wheel?
I operate my vehicle. I move my vehicle.
Steering.
It's not driving.
An operator's license to drive.
No, a license is for getting paid on the road.
Besides all that,
okay.
But
yeah,
let's talk about what happened. Okay, because we'll get into the whole license thing in just a little bit.
Okay.
Tell me what happened.
All right. I'm in my lane, just cruising. You obviously, if I'm on your hip, you can't get in my lane. You have to know that I'm on your hip. I'm right on your hip. You can't try to get over. You're not giving no room for braking. Period. You jump right over. I have no choice but to hit the back of you. If I wasn't such a good driver, then it could have. If I wasn't such a good driver, then driver.
What in the doohickey is wrong with these Morris sovereigns? This sovereign is so ignorant that he doesn't even realize that he just told the cop if he wasn't such a good driver. Yet, at the same time, he's saying he wasn't driving, he was traveling. This is the ridiculousness of these Morris sovereigns. They can't even keep up with the nonsense that they spewed out. Sir, if you weren't driving, how could you be such a good driver?
I'm not driving, I'm traveling. If I wasn't such a good driver, then I'm not driving, I'm traveling. If I wasn't such a good driver, then I'm not driving, I'm traveling. If I wasn't such a good driver, then I'm not driving, I'm traveling. If I wasn't such a good driver, then it could have. If I wasn't such a good driver, then driver. It could have been totally rigged out. Okay. Because she tried to switch lanes too early.
Yes.
You know, you put your blinker on, but you also have to give the the car that's closest to you time to go by or slow down in order for you to be able to make that lane. You have to know what's coming up beside you. If I'm in your rearview mirror, close up on you, you have to know that I'm beside you. If you don't know that I'm beside you, you're going to try to pull over and run into a car. And that's exactly what she did. I'm cruising.
She changed lanes and
she changed lanes too early, yes.
And struck you.
Yes, she struck me, yeah. And it could have been where I hit her in the back, but as soon as she switched lanes, that's when I hit the back of her car.
Okay. So technically, from what you told me, she struck you while changing lanes.
She struck me while changing lanes, yeah.
Okay. Again, while you were driving.
While I was traveling. Driver. If I wasn't such a good driver, then it's not driving.
You see that? The officer knew he caught him in his lie, talking about he's not driving, he's traveling. And the sovereign didn't even realize it. He realized it too late. He tried to switch it up.
Still driving.
Look, y'all see it? Y'all see it?
You had the insurance.
This is a very nice officer, by the way. This is a very nice officer, and I appreciate him. He just doesn't. It's their job to uphold the Constitution. It's a shame that they don't teach them the Constitution. But I commend this officer for being a nice guy. But I'm gonna give him a chance to look up, to go on his computer, look up the United States Constitution and the Georgia Constitution that gives me the right to travel with my personal property without it being registered or me having a license. I'm gonna give him a chance, because if anything happens to my vehicle or me, I want $100,000.
Say what?
If anything happens to my vehicle or me, I want $100,000 for depriving me of my constitutional and human rights. It's not your fault that they don't teach y'all the Constitution that y'all are supposed to uphold. I am traveling, not driving, but I commend this officer. He is a good guy.
Now, do you have your license, your insurance?
Oh yeah, I
know it says tag apply.
I don't have to have registration, but the insurance was in here.
When did you purchase the vehicle?
This is my wife's vehicle. She purchased it like
a year ago.
On the phone.
Okay.
The insurance.
So you know the registration requirements?
I don't know the registration requirements because I don't have to register my vehicle.
Do you have the insurance?
I had the insurance in here somewhere. Let me call her. Let's take a quick break.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. I'm pretty sure that this sovereign wound up getting locked up because, as you can see, he didn't have a license, he didn't have registration, and he didn't have insurance, and he just got into an accident. So 9 times out of 10, he went to jail.